Well, hey everybody, this is Tracy Bowen, your sales director from Canada, and I am super excited to be here with you today doing week 2 of our Creating Momentum series. So I'm going to give you a minute or two to hop on. It's entirely possible that I can't see comments. There they go. Hello, Rosa. Welcome. I am glad that you are here. Excuse me. I'm super excited about our content for today, and I know that you will pick up some more tips and tricks. And, last week, hello, Elise. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. Okay, so last week we talked about getting really clear on your vision and your goals. And Pam really asked you to dig deep and really connect to your why and your vision for your Senegence business. And I know some of you have already done that, both during Pam's call and afterwards. And I want you to put in the comments, how do you feel now that you've done that? Are you feeling energized? Are you feeling like you've got more focus? Are you determined to get what it is that you said you want out of this business? This week, we're going to delve a little bit deeper into achieving those goals while being true to your vision. Now, Senegence is an incredible business opportunity, and I know I am preaching to the choir here, and it offers everyone the opportunity to be their own boss, work on their own schedule, and create a successful business, whatever that means to you. You are in business for yourself, but you are not by yourself. You have a whole army of people supporting you. So reach out if you ever need help. At the end of the day, success does not come without focus and dedication to your vision. So kudos to each of you who took the time to take Pam's class last week and then dig deep and find your vision and really connect to your why. And now that you've got that, you will be able to start the process of doing the right things, even when you don't feel like it, because you have that laser focus on why am I doing this, right? We all need to know why we are doing things. And it takes that willingness to do what it takes to achieve your goals. Or I love this, as Joni likes to say, choose to live life in love and abundance and then work for it, right? You can sit and manifest all day long, but if you don't do something, nothing is going to happen. Am I right? So have you taken the time to break down your vision into clear, achievable steps? Do you have a roadmap so that you know what you need to do each day, each week, each month, and the year to achieve them? Now is the time to make that happen, right? Now is the time to make that happen. We are just past 1 month in the seminar year. So if you don't have your roadmap made for the rest of your seminar year and what you want to achieve, I am going to strongly encourage you to do that today. If you're not really clear on how to do that, reach out. One of your sales team is happy to help you break that out. Your plan needs to include, and if you've coached with me, you know this, specific actions that you will take to move yourself closer to your goals every single day. And Jen, I love that. A goal without a plan is just a wish. 100% correct. Every single one of your plans is going to look different, and that is 100% okay. So ask yourself these questions. How much do you need to sell each day, and what will you need to do to achieve that? How many new team members do you want to add to your team? How many people do you need to offer the Senegence choice to in order to build that number of new team members. This is a big one. How many people on your team are you helping to rank up? And did you know that that is the quickest way to get growth in your team? Personal sponsoring and teaching those people to do the same thing. I like to think of it as on the road to success. As you're climbing the steps to success, you are always turning around and helping someone else climb the steps with you. It's super important to be consistent in your efforts, especially if you're starting something new, because often you will not see immediate results. So break your goals down, write down to what you need to do each and every day. Pam talked a little bit about finding a pacing partner last week, and I love pacing partners because they are there with you on the ground, doing the things with you at the same time as you are doing them. So when you're looking for a pacing partner, find someone who is working towards something that requires a similar type of effort. In fact, post in the comments if you are still looking for a pacing partner so that you can find your partner easily. And if you already have a pacing partner, tag her in this post and say pacing partner. I love seeing women supporting women. It's the best way that we can succeed. So here's some tips on a successful pacing partner relationship. I want you to check in with each other often and do not allow excuses, sometimes disguised as reasons, to hold yourself back or your pacing partner. Don't allow her to make excuses to not get what she says she wants. I like to make a no excuses rule. So let's get into what does it take to be a great pacing partner. I'm loving it. I'm seeing that you guys have pacing partners already. Okay, and this is actually a pacing partner agreement that I'm going to post in the comments afterwards for you to have. But I want you to repeat these with me. These are super important for you to be a great pacing partner to someone else and for you to be a great pacing partner for yourself. Share feedback with kindness, right? Be honest with your feedback. Honest. Ask for permission before you share feedback. That's a super important one. People need to give you that permission. Receive feedback in the spirit in which it is given. No one gives feedback in a malicious way. We all are giving feedback in a way that helps you grow your business. Try the feedback on for size before you determine that it isn't for you. You never know what will become your favorite new aspect of this business until you try it on. You know, when I first started in this industry so many years ago, I had to be coached to sponsor. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't really want to, but over time, it became my absolute most favorite aspect of this business was sponsoring and helping other women achieve their goals. So all I'm asking is that you try it on for size before you determine that the feedback is not for you. Fair? Be open to receiving that feedback. Sometimes we don't really want to hear anything but the good stuff, but sometimes it's the things that we can tweak a little bit that just makes a huge difference in our business. So just be open to receiving it and know that it came with love. Here's a biggie. Keep my pacing partner accountable for those things they say they want. Share your why and your vision with your pacing partner so that she can share it back to you on days that you've forgotten it, because that is also very normal in this business. Meet regularly to check in with your pacing partner and check in on their progress towards their goals. It's a very simple, very effective system. So just check in. How are you doing on your goals? Where are you falling behind? Where are you ahead? Let's cheer and do the thing together. This is super important, so I want you to write this down. I want you to be a solution-minded, problem-solving powerhouse for each other. A solution-minded, problem-solving powerhouse for each other. That is what will help you achieve your goals. You'll want to keep a positive mindset and give and receive in equal measure. Don't always be the person giving the feedback, and don't always be just the recipient. Make sure that your pacing partner calls are split 50-50. Okay, surround yourself with people who believe in your goals and dreams. And you know, I was just doing a little bit of research just before I started this call, and I came across this quote which I absolutely loved and goes perfectly with this. If you want a magical life, you must surround yourself with magical people. If you want a magical life, you must surround yourself with magical people. You are the sum of the 5 people that you spend the most amount of time with. Make sure that those people are the magic, not the negative Nellies, because they're not going to help you achieve your goal. They're just going to help you drag it down. So find those magical people. When you're moving towards a really big goal, you're stretching and growing, and some days you're going to just have a really rough day where something just totally takes you off course, or you're just not getting the results that you want. Those magical people will help you stay on track to what you want out of your business. Lean on those people and your pacing partner. Keep going back to that vision and focus on your end goal. Check in often. Where are you on your roadmap? And you don't need your pacing partner to do this, but sometimes we kind of need that. So if you check on your progress weekly, if you fall a little bit behind, it's easy for you to do a little course correction and catch up. If you don't, sometimes catching up can feel overwhelming, and then we let go of our why. And again, if you've been coaching with me, you've heard this story. I had a big trip that I was working towards, and somehow I let go of my PV volume, and I had to sell an incredibly huge amount on the last month in order to achieve it. Now, I did it because there was no way I was missing that trip. But had I checked in every single week, every single month, that would never have happened. And I wouldn't have had to live through probably the most stressful month of my life. So do yourself a favor, get that broken down so that you know where you need to be every single week. Okay? This one I think is super important, but always diminished. And we are the ones who diminish this for ourselves. I want you to celebrate every step along the way. If your goal is really long-term, like a year, one of the trips here at Senegence, or maybe you're working towards being a crown princess, whatever it is that your goal is, if it's a big one, break it down into celebratory chunks. So every time you hit one of those celebratory chunks, you have a celebration. Maybe you're going to go out and get your nails done. Maybe in our family, we did pizza night with some really good champagne. You know, whatever it is that makes you feel like you are celebrating, celebrate those milestones along the way. And share that you are celebrating with others. Share with your family and share with your magical people. Because what that does is it shows that you are really dedicated towards your goals and that you are doing the things that will make it happen. Yes, celebratory chunks. You do need to celebrate, Diana Windsor, 100%. And finally, it's really important to be willing to invest in yourself and your business. This means taking the time to learn and grow, whether that's through trainings like today and the rest of this 6-week series, mentoring with or for someone, because you learn just as much through teaching someone else as you do actually being the student. And other resources. And it means being willing to invest in your business for things like seminar or leaders or PIT or area leaders meetings. Things like that are really important. I think of it as connecting with the mothership, right? Because it brings you back to something bigger than just you by yourself. When you're setting out to do something that you've never done before, you may want to consider coaching with someone who has either done it or has done something similar. Sorry, totally missed my spot. Think about top level athletes. They all have coaches that they work with, right? And a coach is someone who is a little bit of an arm's length, and they can stand back and they can look at what you're doing and give you tips when necessary, and has permission to do so because you've already given them permission, and asks enough questions of you that you can course correct in the right amount of time so that you can still achieve your goals. Remember, course corrections are normal, but if you do them on a regular basis, they never feel overwhelming. And of course, coaches are also your biggest cheerleaders, and your sales team is probably your second biggest cheerleader, because your first biggest cheerleader is Joni Rogers Conte, and we all know that, right? Being coachable means being open to learning and feedback and guidance from those who have more or a different experience or knowledge than ourselves. It does require a little bit of humility and learning and admitting that we don't know everything and that there's always room for improvement. So tell me below, are you open to changing your behavior or actions after you receive the feedback from your pacing partner? Are you open? Are you willing to grow and stretch? Because it's a little bit uncomfortable, but I'll tell you, that is where the magic happens, is where you are a little bit uncomfortable because you're stretching. Being coachable isn't just about listening. It requires that you take action in implementing everything that we learn. We can have the absolute best mentors in the world, but if we don't take their advice and put that into practice, we're not going to see the results that we're looking for, right? Michael Jordan said, "My best skill is that I was coachable, and I was a sponge and aggressive to learn." So be like Michael. Be a sponge and be aggressive to learn, and then apply it. There's an old adage that says knowledge is power, but only when applied. So use that. So let's work on cultivating our coachable mindset. First, you're going to want to approach every situation with an open mind. Try to put aside any preconceived notion or biases that you may have, and just be willing to consider new ideas or perspectives. Second, actively seek out feedback. Don't wait for mentors to come to you. Reach out to them and ask them for their input. When you receive feedback that maybe isn't 100% positive, don't take it personally or defensively. Know that that person shared that with you with love, and view it as an opportunity for growth and improvement. You've got this. I know you do. And third, take ownership of your own development. Mentors can provide guidance and support, but ultimately it's up to us to put the work into our business and take those steps to improve, right? It can involve extra training, it can involve education, it can involve practicing new skills, or just taking on a new challenge. And lastly, don't be afraid to make mistakes. No one is perfect. Making mistakes is a natural part of the learning process, right? It's just like when you're teaching a baby how to walk. They don't give up because the first time they tried, they plop back down on their cute little tushies. You encourage them to get back up and try it again, and then get back up and try it again. And I call that failing forward. And that is something that I did in my business the entire time. I got to the very top of our pay ranks in our last company, and I did that by failing forward. Never give up on what you want. Just try again. So I know that by following some or all of these simple I'm reading the comments, I'm sorry. Following these simple steps, you're going to become really coachable and become a great coach and pacing partner. I found another quote. I know, I am a quote junkie. I live on quotes. So this is all about failing. Don't judge me because I was born to be awesome, not perfect. Do you love that one? I love that one. So your homework this week is to take the pacing partner agreement that I'm going to post below, and I want you to find yourself a pacing partner and both of you sign it. And then I want you to post it below in the comments, okay? I want to see who is serious about working on their business with someone, supporting someone else. And I want you to share your vision and your why with that pacing partner and break down your goal into bite-sized chunks so that you know what you need to do and where you need to be each day, each week, each month, and you will be able to course correct as you go. All right. Next week, Pam will be back and she is going to talk to you about time management, which I'm looking forward to. I don't know about you, but we can always use more time management tips. So enjoy the rest of your week. Get your homework done. And I am really looking forward to seeing both your plans and your pacing partner agreements below. Have a fantastic rest of the week. Mwah! Talk to you soon.